Hey guys, don't mind me, I just went for a run so I'm a little sweaty, but I figure I better get my read aloud in today because I didn't get into it yesterday. So we're gonna pick right up. We're on chapter 49 and this is called The Goodbyes. Now, when we read Friday, Bright Bill had returned and the plan was simple. They were going to run away from the farm and they were gonna begin their journey home together, okay? So here we go, chapter 49, The Goodbyes. That evening was full of sad goodbyes. The first goodbye was between the flock and their young leader. The other geese wanted to help Roz and Bright Bill get home. But the journey would be dangerous and Bright Bill refused to put his flock at risk. He demanded they return to the island without him. The geese could feel their instincts urging them onward, but they knew Roz and Bright Bill would look after each other. So they said their goodbyes and took off into the night sky. The next goodbye was between the robot and the cows. Roz marched into the pasture one last time as the herd gathered around. "I guess this is it," said the robot. "Thank you all for being so kind to me." Annabelle sniffed and said, "I really hate goodbyes, but I'm glad you're going home where you belong. I just wish there was some way I could be helpful." "Actually, there is something you can do." Roz unsnapped a pocket of her tool belt and took out the transmitter. "You can hold on to this for me. Hopefully it'll take a few days for Mr. Sharif to realize I am gone." Annabelle smiled as the robot gently tucked the small device under her collar. Lily and the other calves suddenly swarmed around Roz and nuzzled her legs. They all had tears in their eyes. Tess wanted to lighten the mood, but she couldn't think of anything funny to say. The other cows called out to their friend, "We'll miss you, Roz. Get home safely. Don't forget about us." Roz waved to the herd. She said a silent goodbye to all the farm machines parked in the shed. Then she followed the driveway out to the fields with Bright Bill on her shoulder and the children at her side. The last goodbye was the hardest of all. Everyone was quiet as they walked through the silvery moonlight, past rows and rows of sprouting crops and out to the farthest corner of the farthest field. Roz turned and faced Jaya and Jad. You guys probably knew that was going to be the hardest goodbye. She looked past them, past to the distant lights of the farm buildings. "I have prepared the farm for my departure," said Roz. "It will take care of itself for a while, but not forever." "We can manage things, at least until we get another robot," said Jad. "This place won't be the same without you, but we'll be okay." What will you tell your father?" said Roz. "That's for us to worry about," said Jaya. "You just worry about getting home." Roz glanced down at the tool belt strapped across her chest. "Would you like this back?" "No, we would not," said Jad. "It was a gift for you, just for you," said Jaya. The girl pulled her brother and her robot into a big, tight hug. Beneath the sounds of the crickets were the sounds of the children crying. "How will we know you've made it home?" said Jad. "We need to know how your story ends," said Jaya. The robot muttered some animal words to her son and then said to the children, "If a goose ever visits this farm and presents you with a feather, you will know that I am home." And here's a picture of them. They look so sweet. Hugging goodbye with Bright Bill on Roz's shoulder. The children smiled through their tears and waited for their friends to leave. But the robot didn't move. More than anything, Roz wanted to go home. And yet, she was conflicted. She cared about this family and the farm, and now she was abandoning them. The robot lurched forward, then backward, again and again as her computer brain struggled with all these thoughts and feelings. Finally, the children gave her the gentle push she needed. "Roz, we order you to run away." And the robot did, just as she was told.